Hi there, and welcome to Brainboard, which is an end-to-end solution that allows you to build and manage your cloud infrastructure, consolidating all the tools needed in one source of truth. So let's see it in action. So Brainboard allows you to visually design your cloud infrastructure, and it generates the Terraform code for it instantly and automatically. For example, here, if I want to update this infrastructure and add, for example, a storage account into this specific resource group, I just search for the resource I want and add it into the diagram, and Brainboard understands my action and populate the information for me automatically. And also I have in this configuration menu all the Terraform parameters that are needed that I need to fill to be able to deploy this infrastructure successfully. So here I select what from the suggestions that Brainboard gives me by reading the Terraform and the API of Azure, and makes it easy for me just to select what is needed. And here I fill all the information. All right, and once I close, Brainboard generates this Terraform code for me. Once I have this Terraform code, the next step is to analyze this code for security, costs, policies, naming convention, and all what is needed to be validated before deploying the cloud infrastructure. So the second part of Brainboard, which is an embedded CI/CD, that allows you to have the in-place feedback loop to scan this infrastructure before it is deployed. So you can configure here any stage and any step. You can select from the tools that are available here. We maintain them for you. You just use them from here. And once you trigger the pipeline, Brainboard creates an execution environment for every task, runs the task, and gives you the output about your cloud infrastructure. So I can see here that this Terraform code is valid, but in terms of security, there are a few things that I need to fix before I will be able to deploy this cloud infrastructure. I can also understand the cost of the infrastructure, and I can add many checks and many policies that are the gates before going to the infrastructure. And once it is deployed, once all these checks are done, I can also configure the approval here in my process to be able to have only specific people or specific teams to approve the deployment of the cloud infrastructure. Once the infrastructure it is deployed, you can also use Brainboard to monitor for any drift that may happen outside the source of truth. Like someone going to the console and changing things manually, Brainboard is able to detect them and notify you about what's wrong with the infrastructure. So Brainboard has been designed for the enterprise workload, and it integrates natively with all the systems that you may use. So here in the integration part, you can configure in the settings, you can configure all the integrations like with your cloud providers, and Brainboard is multi-cloud natively, so you can configure and use different providers at the same time. It integrates as well with your Git repositories, wherever you use GitHub, ADO, GitLab, Azure DevOps, or Bitbucket. These are natively supported. And also, if you have specific configurations like Terraform registry or a remote backend, or you want to execute all the tasks that are run within Brainboard within your infrastructure, you can also configure the self-hosted runner and run the deployments within the boundaries of your cloud infrastructure. And since we are talking about the enterprise workload, Brainboard allows you to have fine-grained roles, and you can set here in this configuration, you can enable and disable who has access to what. So every object within Brainboard has an airbag associated with it. So you can disable or enable access to specific objects based on the role of the team or the members. This gives you a maximum flexibility and control, especially if you are bringing different teams and different people to work together, because Brainboard is a collaborative platform. So you have all you need to be able to allow everyone to be autonomous, building their cloud infrastructure while keeping control of the critical path of the deployment. One other aspect as well, how Brainboard can help you build the maturity of your cloud journey is by capturing in the templates catalog here all the repeatable patterns that you have internally. For example, you can convert any architecture into a template to be able to provide for your users the possibility to autonomously consume your work from the templates catalog. For example, I'm interested in this architecture about Kubernetes services, which is a private AKS within Azure. I have here in this page all the information about this architecture. I can see the parameters, I can see the variables, I can see who created it and when it has been created. And I also have here a screenshot about this infrastructure. And if this is what I want, I just click on use a template and I will be able to consume this template instantly without any extra effort. This is a great tool that allows the builders of the cloud infrastructure within your company to scale their work and give the possibility to anyone to consume their approved patterns and remove themselves from being the bottleneck in the process. So this is a brainboard, and it is about managing from end to end the deployment, the build, the deployment, and the management of the cloud infrastructure. Happy to help you and happy to explain more. Explore it on your own or reach out to us. We will be happy to walk you through. Thank you.